So, yes, you can make money with your podcast if you know the explicit step-by-step ways to do it. Now, this is in particular if you are a service provider, if you're a course creator, an entrepreneur that provides services to a particular niche audience, you are going to be able to build a podcast literally to make $30K a month if you just know the steps in order to do it. I've been podcasting since 2007, and it has been an amazing ride for me. And it is why I'm able to enjoy the lifestyle that I live. The thing that I find that most podcasters struggle with is not what they want to talk about, but it's actually how to target in the people that want to actually hear what you have to talk about. That's a whole nother story. And then podcasters struggle with monetization, right? So you've got the gear, you've got the equipment, you know what your topics are, but how to build a business around that thing is kind of elusive to a lot of people. A lot of podcasters, they just say, well, I'll make some more episodes and more episodes and more episodes, and then I'll attract a following that way. I'll try to use SEO and, posting on Facebook and Instagram. It's like there's all these things, but are you actually getting any traction with what it is that you're doing? Are you making headway? The real question is, are you making money? So in this particular free training that I have that I want to give you access to right here, it's coming up in just a minute here, you're going to be able to see a more step-by-step approach. You're going to be able to see different ways that you can monetize without having to depend on an algorithm like from YouTube or Spotify or anything like that. But how you, as an entrepreneur, can create a podcast that can be monetized around the things that you do and get you clients. So I want you to take a listen to this. And also at the end, after you're done watching, if you'd like to set up a consultation with me in order to see if we can show you how to do this better, it's a free consultation. Just go ahead and click the link in the description and you can set that up. Take a listen. How are we going to make money on YouTube with our podcast? How are we going to outdo the algorithm that is YouTube and so many other things that are out there? A lot of you do podcasting like I do myself. I do. Most people feel like they are beholden to the algorithm gods, in particular on YouTube, paying you money. But the YouTube monetization program isn't the end all be all. And in fact, for so many YouTubers, hey, Jacqueline, glad to have you in here. For so many YouTubers and podcasters, it's not even the main way that they make money. Now, I'm sure you hear about people on YouTube with millions of subscribers making thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars every single month, every single year. And, okay, we're envious of that, right? We want to be able to do that with what it is that we have going on as well. But let me tell you, even as a brand new YouTuber, a brand new podcaster, a brand new live streamer, there are ways that you can actually make money before you're even monetized on a platform like YouTube, where in order to start getting monetized on YouTube, you have to have a minimum of 1,000 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers. Some of you are watching on one of my YouTube channels, which is Earl Hall Studio, which has over 15,000 subscribers. So I do make some money. But now let's talk about your channel. Let's talk about your podcast. Because if you're doing a podcast, there are a couple of reasons that you may actually be doing it. You may just be doing it for fun. I don't do stuff like that. I intend it to be a part of the business that I run, which is Earl Hall Studio. So the live streams that I do, the podcasts that I do it from a business perspective. It's like, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. That's just my attitude about most of these things, as far as having an online presence and doing something, right? And actually, all of these things are in service to people. This that I'm doing right now, the broadcast or live stream or podcast that you do, is in service of people in one way, shape, or form. And that is what entrepreneurs do. They figure out problems that they can help people solve, and they use media to showcase that they have the ability to actually do that. So this is one of the hooks that you're going to need to know, that if you're going to be doing a podcast, you're going to have a reason to do the podcast. What is the purpose of the podcast? Who is it serving? How is it serving them? What problems are you helping solve? So now, say you start a podcast today. Hey, what's up, John? Thanks for subscribing. Definitely appreciate you, my brother. Let me give you a little horn sound there. Thanks. I'll do that again because you didn't hear it. There it is. Thanks, John. I appreciate you so much. And everyone that subscribes to that channel, youtube.com/@EarlHallMedia. You just started a podcast today. All right. Now, hopefully you did some strategy sessions with yourself, right? You put some meetings on your calendar with yourself to show you or to guide you in what it is that you're doing. And one of the plans, one of the strategies that you have to have is a monetary plan. How are you going to make money from this podcast starting on day one? So the strategies that I want to talk about are going to be affiliate marketing with Amazon or Walmart or any of the places out there that can sell stuff. I'm going to talk about affiliates that you can use for products that you already use to help you. And I'm going to talk about creating a community and a course that you can actually sell. So these are the things that I actually want to go through, because none of us are going to be monetized quickly. Again, you need 1,000 subscribers on a YouTube channel and something like, what is it? I don't know, 50,000, 100,000 watch hours or something like that. It may be lower than that. I'm just not sure. But hey, Jacqueline, thanks so much. Glad to have you in here. So let's talk about Amazon for a minute. And let me talk about the reasons why you may be in a camp where you want to use Amazon. And so the best example that I can use is really what it is that I do, right? I show people how to create content. I show people how to create and edit videos. I show people how to do podcasting. And so with that, I have all of this gear, like this microphone, right? Things you can't see on my desk, like my Rodecaster Pro 2, like my Bose speakers, like my ATEM Mini, like my Stream Deck, like my cameras, which is our Sony ZV-E10s, my lenses. So there's just all of these things that I have the ability to offer people. Now, I don't think any of you really, unless I'm doing some sort of explainer video or something like that, you never really see the gear that I use. So I never really talk about it when I'm doing broadcasts like this. But where is it noticeable? How do people know that they can click on a link and purchase things that I have affiliates for? Does anybody know? Can anybody tell me what it is that you can do if you want to offer things? And I don't care if they're coffee mugs. I don't care if they're toothpaste holders. I don't care if they're razors. I don't care if it's deodorant. It's like, and these things that I'm talking about, you can't offer them if you don't offer them. Like what you offer from an affiliate has to make sense. It makes sense for me to offer things from Amazon, like cameras and gear and webcams, and even like I got this little Rode Wireless Go, right, that I use to record. I just got this last week and I'm so impressed with it. So like it's in my Amazon store, right? It makes sense because I use this stuff and I teach people how to use this stuff. It makes sense that I show you how to use it. So when we're talking about, I'm going to go to the video details of this broadcast that we're on right now. All right, so this is behind the scenes, like when I upload everything to Amazon. This is the podcast we're on right now. How to make money on YouTube, even if you're new, right? So you see the little thumbnail there and everything. So I have my YouTube description, right? But oh, look, I have affiliate links. Now, these affiliate links that I use, like ChatGPT, Kapwing, Opus Clip, I need to change that there. Put a space there. Let's save that. All right. So Opus Clip, StreamYard. I'm using StreamYard right now to live stream this, right? vidIQ, one of the things that I use to help me create my videos. Canva, all of these are affiliate links. And it makes sense for me to have these affiliate links inside of my videos. I don't talk about them all the time, but I want you to see that you can put them there. And from each and every affiliate link that I have. Now, these are my, more so my Amazon links that are down here, right? Some of them that are down here. Gear used inside of Earl Hall Studio. That takes you right to the gear that I use. Suggested microphones, interfaces, right? And I even have my little affiliate disclaimer so that people know that these are affiliate links and stuff like that. So it's easy to set up an Amazon affiliate link. If your podcast, if there's something on Amazon that makes sense for you to offer, you need to offer this. Now, how much do I make off of all of my affiliates? It's somewhere around the neighborhood of anywhere between $700 and $1,000 a month that I make from affiliate links. But I've been doing this for a while, so don't expect this out right out of the gate, right? Because one of the other things that you're going to have to do is promote your podcast. And I'll talk about that next week, actually, I believe. If I don't forget, right? I'm going to talk about how to promote your podcast, how to get the word out there about what it is that you're doing. All right, so, but if you want to become an Amazon, it's just Amazon Associates. Just go to, actually, I can back up out of here. If I back up a couple, just type in Amazon Affiliate Program. And it's going to take you right there. Just click on it. And it's going to take you here. This is where you're going to get to. And step 1, sign up. Step 2, recommend. Start recommending these things and earn 10% in associate commissions for qualifying purchases and programs. Now, can I tell you something about Amazon? Now, this doesn't cost you anything. Anyone can be an Amazon affiliate. Now, I was called an Amazon influencer. It takes more to be that, but anyone can become an Amazon associate and an Amazon affiliate, and it doesn't require much of anything. So if your podcast it has the ability to offer things to sell from Amazon, or even, Walmart has an affiliate program as well. So you can do all of these things right inside of your own podcast, right? You can do these things right inside of your own podcast. Did you guys know this? Did you guys know this already? But maybe you just haven't done it or don't think that it's something that you can offer, right? I'm thinking about like something arbitrary, like someone that's an author that does a podcast. You can offer other authors' books along with your own in the description of each of your videos or podcasts and just put the link and make a commission on those. So say you interview an author. Okay, put that in the show notes for that author, the link to their book that's on Amazon, so that when people purchase that book with your link, ding, you get paid. Some people miss the boat, especially YouTubers, right? We miss the boat sometimes because we covet the YouTube program, right? The YouTube partner program. We covet that. But you can start making money way before that happens for you, especially if you're smart about it. Now, with the Amazon program, let me tell you how tough this is. Because I look in the back office, I'm not even going to show you my back office for Amazon. But what happens is, let's say someone watches your podcast. Pay attention. Pay attention. Say someone watches your podcast or listens to your podcast if you do an audio. But if you're going to do podcasting, I'm going to just tell you do video and then also do audio. Take the audio from the video and put it on a platform. Do video podcasting, please, because there's so much more that you can do. But now you put this link for whatever it is in your podcast, just like I showed you I do. Someone clicks on that link, but they don't buy. Listen to me now. Listen to me, because it's about to get good. They don't buy that thing. But for 24 hours, you own them. Meaning, they came to Amazon through your link. I believe it's 24 hours if they buy anything. I don't care if it's a pair of socks. You get the commission on it. Did you know that? When I look at my back office and I'm like, I don't even promote this. They came in through my link and they bought something else and I got paid. Sign up for the Amazon Associates program, please. If just to have it, right? Just in case. And like, again, Amazon, there's Walmart, there's Target, there's all these affiliate programs out there, but Amazon, you know as well as I do, Amazon's the biggest online retailer, right? So just go for the best on that one. And you start putting these links across all of your episodes. And the thing about the reason I host my podcast on YouTube, but I do it and put it other places after that, is because YouTube is that place that is a literal search engine, and my content never dies on YouTube. It's always accessible through search. People will come. I think I've done a broadcast on titling your YouTube videos and how you can actually get found on YouTube. If I haven't, I'm sure I'll do one in the future with this. But YouTube is the only place, and I call it's the only place that content can reside that is searchable. It's a search-based platform, right? So people come there looking for solutions to problems. So when they have a problem and they type in something and my video talks about that, I have this great potential to come up. You don't get that potential on Facebook. You don't get it on Instagram. You don't even get it on LinkedIn. You don't get it on Twitter. YouTube is the only platform where your content lives forever. You put something out on Facebook, it's gone because you keep posting on Facebook and it just keeps getting pushed down, 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 down. And people never see that content that you did 3 years ago. Not so on YouTube. YouTube is a whole other platform. It's not even considered social media. YouTube is not even considered social media. So when you host your podcast or whatever it is that you're doing, if you do live streams like this or whatever, my hub has always been YouTube. Even though I broadcast a lot of different other places, YouTube is my home. I got John on here saying, I didn't know at all. Yeah, Amazon is a beast on that. John is saying, wow, I definitely didn't know that. Look, that's why you're watching this podcast, or this live stream rather. That's why you're watching this live stream, because I want to give you the goods on all of these things. So now we've talked about the Amazon affiliate program. Did you notice the other types of affiliates that I had going on? So I'll show those to you again here on my screen share. So we've got ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT every single day, but I'm an affiliate. So if you click this link, and I mean, ChatGPT is free, but they have paid versions. I use the paid version. There it is. They can sign up through there. Kapwing. If you don't know what Kapwing is, it's an online video editor that I've used for years now. If you click this link, I'm an affiliate. Opus Clip. StreamYard, like I'm using StreamYard right now. If you want to use StreamYard, you get a $10 credit. This link, that's mine. vidIQ, Canva, Descript, right? And then all of these are just more Amazon links that I have down here. But besides the Amazon portion of this, tools that you literally use every day, you can probably become an affiliate of. And depending on what it is that you're talking about on your podcast or whatever, You can even, like, from time to time, I'll plug something. From time to time, I'll just plug, like, I've plugged this microphone or other micro. I know I've plugged this microphone and another microphone. I say, hey, just click the link in the description if you want to grab it. I mean, this is my mic of choice that I use for all the stuff that I use. This is it for podcasting, live streaming. This is the mic that I use. And I've used it for a while. And so you have to look at your financial strategy on how your podcast is going to make money before you're monetized. So many times, especially on audio podcasting platforms, like you can do reads for them, like for different commercial spots. I'll talk about Captivate.fm at some point because that's what I use for my audio podcasting. But I can do little reads for different companies and I'll get a couple cents or whatever for every 1,000 downloads. But what if you're not getting 1,000 downloads? You'll never get paid. So when you think about that, this is why things like affiliate programs like Amazon and like other online tools that you use that can benefit the audience that watches you, it just makes sense for you to have those in the description of your video. You don't have to talk about them. You might even, I mean, unless it's important for you to talk about it at the time. Hey, we're talking about this today. And look, this is what I use to accomplish this. Link is in the description. That's just a plug that you can put in there. If you have any questions on affiliates, because I'm about to move on into you guys that are coaches and consultants, which I think this is going to be pretty meaty, right? Because this is a way to not only make money, but anyway, if you have questions on the affiliate stuff, just put your questions in there or whatever. If you do that, put a Q colon before the question. So now, for you coaches and consultants out here that are just starting a podcast, maybe you have been posting content on the different media platforms that are out there. You've started to develop an audience, but you haven't monetized that audience yet. There are a couple steps to be able to actually do this at a high level, especially if you have an audience. But let me talk about your audience for a minute here, because I had this conversation with my daughter the other day, but Cece is saying she's so sad I didn't get to this at the start. Hey, you get to it now. You'll get to it now. Don't even worry about it. But I had this conversation with my daughter about this. You know, my oldest daughter, she's 31, and you know, she's starting a business, and she got around to asking me about it. And so it's like, and I've said this for years to so many different people, but I just had this conversation with my daughter, so that's why it's top of mind for me. In the world that we live in today, you have to build an audience of people that are interested in what it is that you have to say. Because that is literally not just your audience base, it is your customer base. Most of your time needs to be spent on building your audience. You're not going to make any money without an audience. It's just not going to happen. I'm a person that purchases courses for different things on business development. I mean, I love educating myself and seeing new ideas. So I don't mind paying for that education. A lot of folks mind paying for education, but it is the thing that has actually propelled me a lot farther and a lot faster than anything else, is by going to someone that actually has the knowledge that I need to acquire. And I don't mind taking out my credit card and plopping it down. I don't mind that at all, right? So if you don't build your audience, you'll never have a client base. Now, this is an online audience we're talking about, but then there also comes a point where you want to start not just having an online audience of followers, but you want to have a database of them, meaning an email list. You want something, it's usually called a lead magnet, in order to start building that database of folks. So this is what I mean. One of the new things that I've started, excuse me, which was Earl Hall Media, which is under Earl Hall Studio. and I'm just going to share this with you. I have a web presence. So these are the courses that I use that I've just started with. I have a free content creation course. It's got 5 people in it. That means that's 5 email addresses and names. I have an ebook that I put out 2 weeks ago, 26 members, right? All of these links are in my description. And I have a paid course that I'm going to be releasing this summer called Podcast Pro. There's 0 members because I have not released it yet, right? So what I'm doing, and this is a strategy to be able to monetize the audience that you're actually building, there's a couple of steps here. First of all, you want to be able to have a lead magnet. I've got 2. I've got a free content creation course. Hey, links are in the description of this video if you want either the free content creation course or the ebook. Link is in the description. All right, so you see how I just did that, right? So now you want to have lead magnets that are giveaways, but highly valuable, highly intentional for the audience that you're building. Something that anyone would want. So now that, for instance, I have a free ebook, I think it's like 40 pages on entrepreneurship and what you need, and I have a free content creation course. Now I can say, if you want them, just click the link in the description. Now with that, you're building an audience of people that are interested in what it is that you have to offer. Because if no one was interested in it, no one would go get it. Right? Does that make sense? And then what happens from there with that is, first of all, is this making what I've been talking about for the last, 30 minutes? Is this making sense? Is this helping anybody? See, because that's important too. You have to know that your audience is interested in what it is that you're saying, whether you're doing a live stream, whether you're doing a podcast, whether it's a solo podcast, whether it is an interview podcast. Because if people are not interested in what you have to say, no one's going to come to hear what you have to say. There's obviously technical ability that is needed to be a podcast host or a talking head. The tools to use, like right now, like I said, I'm using StreamYard to do this. It's a technical platform online that I have to be able to use in order to do live streaming. But now comes the talent part. And I've got to talk about that at some point as well, not on this live stream, but on another one. The talent to do this, right? So now the steps to this whole thing, especially for you coaches and consultants and course creators and all of that, have 1 or 2 free things. And they can't be just thrown together. It can't be just cheap. It's got to be your best stuff. I'm just going to tell you, because if you try and put out crap, no one's going to want it, right? And no one's going to consume it. So make sure that your lead magnets are tight. And then what happens is people will say, wow, if they gave away this much information in a free thing, oh yeah, I'm waiting for something to come out that's paid. This is just what goes on in the minds of people. That's why now I've got 2 free things, but I've got a paid thing coming up. Podcast Pro. It's like going to be my baby. And I want to teach y'all how to podcast. Is anybody interested in learning how to do podcasting? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a yes in the chat. Somebody talk to me. Somebody talk to me, right? Would Podcast Pro be something you'd be interested in learning about? How to be a professional podcast host, how to not only do a solo podcast, but actually how to do an interview podcast as well, from the technical aspect of it, how to put it all together, the strategy behind it, the promotion of it, the tools that should be used, all of that. Who's interested in that, right? So for people that are in the coach lane, the consultant lane, and the course creator lane, this is the 3rd way that you can monetize your podcast before it's monetized on a platform like a YouTube. You can offer lead magnets that are free. You can offer like $10 things or $20 things that may be easy to sell right off of the bat, especially if you talk about them appropriately. But we don't need to wait until we're monetized by a platform to actually be able to make money with our live streams, with our podcasts, and things of that nature. If you have the skill, if you have the ability, if you have the wherewithal, you can do this. I'm no one special. And believe me, the first time, which is almost 20 years ago now, that I first got in front of camera, I was not as, I wasn't like this. Let's just put it that way. It was a lot different. And I tell people all the time, look, your first couple of videos are going to suck. Just get them out of the way because there's no way around it. The first couple are going to suck. So I know this training was helpful for you. There's a position that you're in right now that you're trying to get out of. You're at a certain spot with creating your podcast, whether it's video or audio, and you're not sure how to transition to actually make this into a business and actually make money. These are the people that I help, and I help you every single day by teaching these strategies that you can use to go from where you are to actually a very definite place with your podcast. And this is important. You are a business owner, and people cannot get the help they need if they don't hear the help that you provide. So let's get you that. Go ahead, link is in the description, and just book a call with me, and we'll chat it up.